Hi everybody, it's Janice Thompson from Jazzle Dazzle, Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator. Come on today to share another technique card with you. Again, I'm using a masking technique, which I have done in a previous video, and I'm using my sort of standard makeup for cards, but this is slightly different. At the end of last month, I joined together with other members of the team that I'm in and went to a retreat along with lots of my colleagues. And at that retreat we made lots of gosh, I'm doing my in today. We made lots of projects shown to us by other demonstrators, or by our one of our team leaders, and I also led one of the activities. I did a make and take where I took all the materials along in kit form so that all the demonstrators could have a go at this technique and take away a finished card or two. So this is what I came up with. So here we are doing Christmas in July, and this is the technique that we're going to do. It's a masking technique, and this was my original sample card that I did. And what I did at the time when I was designing it, obviously the catalogue had recently been launched when I was working on this, so I decided to try and do Christmas using this year's new in colours. So in this one we've got Tranquil Tide and Fresh Fig, where I've reflected that in the stamping too. And what I've done is I've stamped the sentiment and then I've masked over that and then made my own basically designer series paper by stamping it. So also at the retreat I suggested this one as well, using Lemon Lime Twist and Berry Burst and a bit of powder pink as well in the background. Now none of these are colours which you would think were traditional Christmas colours, but I think you'll agree with me, they're pretty effective. So today what I'm going to do now is try the same technique with the same stamp set, but use some slightly more traditional Christmas colours. So I'm going to pop these aside just now so that I can show you this technique simply. So because it gives a kind of wreath effect. So just bear with me, I'll get out what we need. So I'm going to use some of this copper trim as my ribbon on this one. I'll talk about the ribbons on the other ones in a little while. And this is the stamp set that I'm using. Now this stamp set has been carried over from last year's Christmas catalogue. It actually was in last year's main catalogue, and it's been carried over to this year's main catalogue as well. I bought it quite late in November last year and just used it a few times before Christmas last year, so I'm determined to get a lot more use from it this year. But so I think the sentiments in here are gorgeous. Peace, joy and love, and may all your Christmas wishes come true. And sometimes a lot of the Christmas sentiments are very religious, but not everyone that you're sending a card to at Christmas time is particularly religious. So these are wishes that would be relevant to everybody. But just bear with me. What I'm going to do is start off with a clean sheet under me. I realise that I've still got a messy grid sheet here from the last card that I made. So I'm going to tidy up so you're not distracted by that. These sheets of grid paper are brilliant for stamping on. £10 for a very thick pad with lots of sheets in, and they've got two sides. We've got centimetres on one side and it's inches. I don't think you'll be able to see that bit right, but there's inches on the other side. Very practical, very useful. So as I said, I'm going to use some slightly more traditional Christmas colours to do this one, to show you this technique. So I'm going to use my base card is cut from Cherry Cobbler. Again, my usual technique, take a piece of A4 card, cut it long ways down the middle, fold that in half. You can either make it tent shape that way or that shape. Quick and easy, and I think is the ideal size for showing people different techniques, and that's why I use that. And then I have cut a piece of garden green, another kind of traditionalish Christmas colour. So the garden green is 10.1 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. And then a piece of Very Vanilla, which I seem to have got a bit squashed somehow. I'm not quite sure how I've managed to do that, but well, it'll be getting glued down, so it will be fine. So a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 9.7 centimetres by 14 centimetres, and that's the piece that I'm going to stamp on. And pop these aside. Then I'm going to stamp on it with, I'm going to use chocolate chip for stamping the sentiment. Now I need to get my colours for stamping, so I'm just twirling my caddy around till I find the right colours. So Cherry Cobbler, and where it is garden green, it's disappeared. Gosh, why did I not have it out ready? That's odd. I think I did have it out and I've laid it down. Yes! Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got Cherry Cobbler, garden green and chocolate chip. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment with the chocolate chip. So the chocolate chip open, got my Peace, Love and Joy, which is something you'd wish for everybody, anyone, and block D. These Stampin' Up blocks are fab. You can see through them. They've got a good weight and they've got a nice bit to get a grip of them. So I'm stamping up my sentiment. Just double check on my grid paper. Just use your grid paper just to check. Yep, that looks fab. Ink it up and just pop it where I want it on my card. Again, just using eyesight in this. Plonk it down and up. I love the kissing noise that these stamps make when they come up. And then I'm going to take, again, I've cut out a circle, which is, gee, not very well prepared today. I used a die to cut out the circle. This one is approximately 6 centimetre diameter. And basically just cover up, because you can see through the post-it, you can see if your sentiment is approximately in the middle of your circle. Okay, so that's it masked over. I'm going to put the chocolate, oh no, I will need it for my pine cones. So I'm going to do some, whoops, greenery with the garden green, and as I say, I've used this is the branches from that set. So I'm going to ink this up with the garden green. Now I'm going to be really random on this card with this and just I'm really just stamping anywhere. I'm turning the stamp around as I go. I'm just going to give it a wee wipe here with a baby wipe because it's got a bit over inked on the edge and I don't want that hard line on my card. So just either a baby wipe or a wee microfiber cloth is handy to keep beside you when you're stamping. I actually think that's enough greenery there. So I'm going to stop there before I make a mess. Just cleaning off my stamps with a baby wipe because I don't have my stamp cleaning pad ready, which was a bit silly, but one of these days I'll be better organised. So again, I'm just going to pop, I'm using the chocolate chip, and I'm just going to dot some pine cones randomly around this picture as well. That is so lush, that chocolate chip against the garden green. I'm being as random as I can. Oh, I did make a mess of that stamp, that's not good. So I think we'll have an extra cone there. And that'll just hide that blotch that I made. It looks okay like that. Maybe one more from here. Right, what do you think? Enough? Enough is as good as a feast, as they say. So I'm just going to wipe off the stamp a little bit. I'm going to clean them properly later on, but just for the moment I've taken the worst of it off. I'm going to close up my chocolate chip because there's always the potential for me to stick my hand in it or something like that, and I don't want to be doing that. So, and then close up the garden green, and what I'm just going to do is pop in, I don't really know if this is a wee cherry or a wee hip, it could be like a wee rose hip or something. I'm just going to use my cherry cobbler and just pop. At first I thought it was maybe a holly berry, but it's just a bit more elaborate than that. I'm just, again, I've over inked it, so we'll just wipe off the edge a wee bit. Just pop in a few of them around as if they're in the branches or coming off them, just to add that wee bit of extra colour in there. Wee red berries for the birds to eat in the winter. Maybe another one there, and another one there. Oh, I think that's fine. Again, we'll clean the stamps off later. We'll close up this cherry cobbler and actually just put it away. Maybe that one away. I'm just putting them all away because otherwise I just get myself in a grand old mess. Right, so then we're just going to pull off the mask. What do you think? Looks okay. Because this bit of card that I started using, somehow I managed to bend it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use fast fuse to stick that down, because that will just keep it firm. So just gently with the fast fuse, and then just a wee flick at the end. gently and a flick, and then at the top here gently and a little flick. A lot of people have problems with fast fuse, but I've found if you're nice to it, it'll be nice to you. And again, just matte and layer onto the green. Just try and get it as straight as possible. And you see the fast fuse holds that nice and firmly and flattens it out. And then we're just going to pop this onto the base card. It's really rich, these colours together. I'm really liking that. Much more traditional Christmas, but let's... Where's the Tombow gone? Let's bring out the Tombow and just quickly matte and layer this. That's if the Tombow come out its tube. Don't want to play today. Here we go. There we go. There you go. I've done this on a very simple, straightforward card, but obviously you can take this technique and run with it and do it as fancy as you like. So there we go, our card today, peace, joy and love. A really nice sentiment. Peace, joy and love, and may all your Christmases come true. What did I forget? I made a little bow for this card and now I don't know where it is. Good, good. We're doing well. Right, so I was going to... I'll have a quick look, just give me a moment to see. I made the bow up, ready to save time on the video, and then we're going to spend the time looking for it. Very good. Oh, there it is, hiding under the stamp set. Okay, so I tied this bow previously with the copper trim, which is in the main catalogue, because I think it tones up quite well with the chocolate chip. So, and I'm going to stick this down. I hadn't really thought this out properly. Where are my glue dots? Glue dots, where are you? Oh, we've got a new pack here, so we'll just have to open up the new pack. Here we go. These brilliant mini glue dots from Stampin' Up. Fantastic. Quick and easy. Use my piercing tool. Then I can find the first one. There we go. Take off a glue dot. Pop it on the back of my bow. I'm just going to pop the bow just at a wee angle there. There you go. Easy as. Alright. So there we go, I've remembered it. Okay. So 3 very different cards using exactly the same stamp set and the same technique, but change up your colours and you get a completely different look. This is very feminine. These for anyone. These little bows here are in the catalogue, in the main catalogue. Where have I put it? They're little felt bows. I'll just look up for you. Gosh. There we go. In colour bitty bows. They come in lemon lime twist, powder pink. Gosh, a bad day today. I never remember my colours. Fresh fig, tranquil tide, and berry burst. So you really nice little packet of them in there. They're already got a foam back sticky pad on them, so they stick on quickly and easy. So if you're making a batch of cards for Christmas, they're really handy to have to pull out the colours in your card. Again, please remember to subscribe down below and follow the links to my online shop or to my blog, where you can read more about it and you can buy the product. I'd be delighted to be your demonstrator. I'd be delighted to answer any questions from you, and I'd be delighted if you chose to buy your products from me. Thanks very much. Happy stamping.